Today is Friday, January 20th, 2023. It's 4:02 p.m., and I'm calling the Michigan Judicial Tenure Commission at phone number 313-875-5110. Felony complaints against Michigan Secretary of State Judge Brian Longman.
Judicial Tenure Commission.
Hi, who's this?
This is the Judicial Tenure Commission.
Oh, you won't tell me your name?
You didn't ask my name.
I just did.
Who am I speaking with? Richard, you're speaking with Jason.
Hi, Jason.
How can I assist you, Richard?
I was given your number, Jason, by my county sheriff, and I'm acting as my own attorney, and I need to file felony complaints against Michigan Secretary of State hearing judge Brian Longman and his state-mandated vehicle Interlock company, Interlock.
Well, you can't file a felony complaint with this commission. You can file a request for investigation into what you consider misconduct as it relates to that judge, but you cannot file a felony complaint.
Okay.
It's a legal document.
Okay. Well, the sheriff told me that after I explained my situation, he told me that Secretary of State Judge Brian Longman broke federal law, and then I need to file my complaints with your office. So I'm not sure exactly how you handle it.
Okay, so this commission will do, after you fill out a request for investigation form, this commission will either decide to, will investigate it, and then make a decision based on that investigation and what they learned. Either they'll submit it for a formal complaint to the Supreme Court and pursue further action, or they may discipline a judge, but they won't let you know the grievance with how they discipline a judge.
Okay.
Or they could, just dismiss the matter.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure what the sheriff was talking about as far as federal law, breaking federal law. But this is pretty complicated, Jason. How much do you need me to explain, or what do I need? What procedure do I have to make a criminal complaint against this judge?
A criminal complaint, you have to file that with the local prosecutor or the local law enforcement. That's a criminal complaint. But if you want to file a request for investigation,
well, no, I guess
do that by visiting our website and downloading that request for investigation form, or I can mail that form out to you.
You know what? I did that back in June, but I never got a response. I'm having problems with the Secretary of State, their office, and this has gone on.
If you haven't got a response from this commission.
No, I went to your website and I saw that form and I filled it out in June, but I never got a response, and I've been busy trying to fight him in other ways. And then when I talked to the sheriff, he mentioned that I have to contact you folks, and then I went on your website and I saw that form again, and that was the same form that I filled out in June. But I don't know. I can do it again, but is there some way of following up to find out what's going on? I filed a complaint with his office. I've gone all the way up to Governor Gretchen Whitmer. This is a long case. This has gone on for 7 years, and it's criminal acts by Secretary of State personnel that sabotage taxpayers. I'm a 71-year-old disabled senior citizen taxpayer, and I need a vehicle to survive in a 6-month cold climate. And this judge, I'm acting as my own attorney. On February 27, 2021, the Michigan Secretary of State gave me a demand to have a vehicle interlock device installed on my vehicle for 12 months, with the intention of never testing positive for alcohol. and this is for a 22-year-old crime. And I successfully completed my 12-month mandate on 2/27/22, and I requested the documents the Michigan Secretary of State demands, but Judge Longman's Interlock company, Toxalock, who's paying him off, and I've got witnesses that prove that he's getting paid off by his Interlock company. They refused to give me the paperwork for over a month, and when they sent their paperwork, it was missing pages. And I completed all my other requirements. I paid for a urine test, a psychological exam, and I got 3 testimonial letters. All I needed back in February, a year ago, is this company's closing paperwork, and they refused to send it for over a month. And then when they sent it, it was missing pages. And while I'm arguing with that, I moved, and their device failed and died and left me stranded for over 16 days. I moved and I didn't even have any food in my house for 16 days. I sat in my driveway while this company's technicians were trying to figure out what was wrong. It took 16 days before they finally decided that the thing was dead for good. This thing failed 12 times in the last 22 months, and it gave me 2 major violations that this judge falsely accused me of. The first time was on June 30th of 2021, when I parked my car and went into a store, and 15 minutes later took a picture of my empty car, and he made a complaint of a major violation of and he called it failed a rolling retest, which is totally impossible with a parked car. And then he sent me evidence proving that their equipment failed. He showed me a log where the thing was failing the whole time. So I had that hearing in November, and he gave me my license back, and I thought that was the end of it. I told him, I said I had nothing to do with it, and even his Interlock company and Toxalock agreed that it wasn't my fault. So I thought it was over. Then the thing failed again on April 11th, 2022. I moved, and I drove that vehicle for 450 miles. It gave me no problems. But the next day I got up and the thing was dead. And for 16 days they were trying to figure out what was wrong. They finally said that the equipment died, and I had to have it towed on April 26th. And for 16 days I was without any food in my house and no way to get it. And on the 15th day I was out in my garage, and I passed out and I hit the concrete, and I was out for over an hour. And this is in violation of my Fourth Amendment rights to be secure in my person. His department, and he is responsible for numerous felony acts,
So if you filed a request for investigation back in June, and you haven't received a letter stating you the decision of the commissioner, that means your case is probably more than likely still open and pending. Once the commission make a decision, they'll send you out a letter in the mail, just like they did the acknowledgement letter, and let you know that how they decide to move forward with your allegations.
See, I never got anything from him. I don't know what happened. How long does this take, though, Jason? Because this has gone on for 22 months.
There's no time. Yeah, there's no time frame I can give you as it relates to this investigation process. It could take weeks. It could take months.
Yeah, see, that's another thing.
This is not a quick remedy. If you're looking for a quick relief, you must pursue that legally.
I am trying to pursue it legally, but I can't do it if I don't get cooperation. And I have a constitutional right to act as my own attorney, but I'm not getting cooperation from any department in the state of Michigan or Lapeer County, which I've got another case going on that's been dragged out for 42 months on a jury trial that Judge Longman helped sabotage on April 26th when I missed opening day of my jury trial in Lapeer County because my car blew up. and that was this car blows up at will. This thing has failed 12 times in 22 months. 2 times they called major violations, and I lost my license for a total of the first time in June of 2021. Yeah, I lost it for 3.5 months. No, I'm sorry, 4 months, and then the 4 months, and then the second time, I lost it for 5.5 months, and based on no evidence. The guy sends me evidence showing that I'm not in my car and calls it a major violation. Then the second time he said I tampered or circumvented the device, and it wasn't.
I can't speak to anything as it relates to the court proceeding or anything that you've dealt with the court. All I can advise you is to file a request for investigation, but you've already done that. It's just to wait for the response from the commission.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I should.
I don't sit on the 9-member commission.
Yeah, but you're talking about something that I filed 8 months ago, and I never even got a response. So should I fill out another one?
You've never received an acknowledgement letter?
No, I never got anything. That's the problem. I've tried Jason, I've tried my best.
So you never.
I'm a disabled.
One second.
Yeah.
1 second. 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second. You said you filed this back in June of last year?
No, June of this year.
The request, June or July?
No, it was June.
June. Well, we haven't got to June.
Oh, I'm sorry. That
we haven't got to
last
June this year.
No, I'm talking. You're right. I'm not thinking
Okay.
right.
Hang on.
June of 2022.
1 second. What's your name again?
What's
your name again? Let's see. I'm not finding any mail correspondences in June or July. Let's check August.
No, it was June, because I what happened is in April this device failed. I missed a court date in Lapeer County, and the prosecutor, who knows that he can't win, this is a 42-month case that they can't win, and I've been acting as my own attorney with that for 42 months, and I've gone through 2 courts, 3 judges, 2 prosecutors, two court-appointed assistants, and they still can't figure out that I committed no crime. They're trying to cover up Lapeer County corruption.
This commission hasn't received anything from you, so I would suggest that you
go back,
refill the paperwork out.
Okay,
because we have not received anything.
If I fill it out this weekend, can I call next week and verify that you got it? Because I don't know what happened.
You can always call to verify if we received.
Okay.
I can't tell you exactly what I received, but it'll give me the log of what we received in the mail.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. When you say received in the mail, what I did is I went online, and there was a form online that you had. Is that what you're talking about?
Correct.
Okay.
But you have to mail that form in because it has to be notarized, and it needs your original wet signature on that form and the original notary stamp. If you send in a photocopy of it, we'll send it back to you for the original copy.
You know what? Maybe I don't know what I went to some department and found a form to fill out, and it actually it filled it out and it allowed me to submit it. So maybe that wasn't your department. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look.
It wasn't us. If you submitted it online, it wasn't this agency.
So you're saying I gotta print it out and fill it out and then send it by certified letter. Is that what you're saying?
It doesn't have to be certified. You can send it first class mail. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. So, but you said it's got to be notarized.
Right.
Did you say it has to be notarized?
It has to be notarized.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, because I'll go to your website and see what that is, and I'll fill it out. I don't know what I filled out in June, but I never even got a response. So obviously you didn't get it. But this is really complicated. I'm really struggling because I'm not getting any help from any department in the state of Michigan. The state of Michigan is dead broke. They're $10,400 in debt for every citizen in the state of Michigan, and the state of Michigan is paying out 14%.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any of that information.
Yeah, it's true, and that's a problem. I'm having that information. That's the problem. I'm trying to act as my own attorney, and I've also had to become a civil rights. I'm a disabled senior citizen, and 71 years old, disabled senior citizen, and they're jerking me around with my right to travel. I need a vehicle. The state of Michigan wouldn't allow you to just take off 9.5 months without working, without firing you, would they? Yeah.
I can sit here and listen to you vent all day if you would like me to, but unfortunately there are other calls I need to tend to.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if you just want me to sit here and just to listen to you, I can do that if you would like me to do that.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste your time. I just hope you understand I'm frustrated because this is gone. It was a 12.
I totally understand.
It was a 12-month commitment. Here I am at 22 months. I never tested once for alcohol at one time, and this thing failed.
You've been telling me we've been on the phone for 16 minutes.
Yeah.
So I understand. Okay. I get it.
Okay. You know what I'll do, Jason? I'll fill that form out.
All right.
And then I'll get it out to you, and then call you back hopefully when you got it. Okay.
Great. Sounds good.
Okay. I really appreciate your help, Jason.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye now.
Not a problem. Bye-bye.